Hello, Internet family. Nice to see you. I'm just sitting here by my Christmas tree. It's giant. It's so big. It's actually a couple trees, and it's right outside. You know, I really love the idea of making sure your Christmas trees can stay alive. So I really like the kind that you can plant after you're done, or just use actual ones outside. I've got a great big tree right here, and I was just walking earlier, and I realized, look at all that ivy. And I just realized, oh, you're my Christmas tree. So it's the holiday season, and I'm here in Vashon, Washington, on the island, and it's wonderful. And I am really enjoying this bit of sun that's coming out because it's been mostly rainy, which has been glorious. The solstice was wonderful. I did a money spell that I'm going to wait and see how it activates before I teach it, but the point is to give it to you. And just recently I've been feeling the Christmas energy. Definitely solstice, definitely Yule, but I've been feeling that elven, Christmassy energy. I was raised in a religion that did not celebrate Christmas, so I did not have any concept of Christmas really until my teenage years. And now, as an adult, every now and then Santa will come to me. He first came to me when I was in Sedona. I felt some energy circling around in the sky, and I wondered, what is that? And I realized it was Santa Claus, and I thought, oh, interesting. And then this year I was realizing through my work with the Faeries, because I'm working on a How to Meet Fairies class for you guys, and I'm writing the chapter about fairies and starseed wilding. It's not what I expected it to be, and it's really fun to work in. And so essentially I'm introducing you. And I felt the energy of Santa Claus come in, and I realized that Santa is a fae of the fairy kind, and he specifically is a gnome, which made total sense because when you think about his floppy red hat, if it were straight up, it would be a cone hat, but it's snugly for winter and close to his head. And he told me, or I got the sense that he has it that way because up there as he's driving his reindeer, the wind speeds will knock off a stiff cone. So it's aerodynamic, and he doesn't lose his hats, and also keeps his ears warmer. It's fluffy, like a winter hat. And that his job, Saint Nick, you know, they're not any specific race. There are a bunch of conversations that I've seen about, well, what race is Santa? It doesn't matter. He's an entity. He's the world over, so he can be in any race. And I bet there are fun stories to point to different races that he may be, given the various origins of Father Christmas and St. Nicholas and all the other names that he goes by, because he's an energy. And gnomes are also kind of round, right, like Santa often is, but also really strong. Obviously, he would have to be to carry the world full of presents around one night. So that's been really interesting for me and exciting as I've been tapping into the fairy realm. Also, there's very strong Selkie energy here on the island, which is seal people. Like mermaid and merman are fish people, Selkies are seals, and they're not half body. Their human form is underneath their seal form, so they can take their seal skin off and on as to whether or not they want to be in the ocean. They're in the northern traditions all over the world, and I will get back to that in another video. Something else about Santa Claus, I don't know if you guys knew this, but his reindeer are women, because in the winter, male reindeer lose their antlers, women reindeer keep their antlers, so the Santa sleigh is pulled by female reindeer, which I just think is cool. What else to tell you guys? I've been spending a lot of time alone, and it's just been amazing, amazing. I was just thinking the other day, I'm sitting in front of the fire with my little snacks in Taurus heaven with my fire burning and my little notebook there to write things in and my candles lit. And I thought I realized I am completely alone and have been for a while, like literally in a building. And I'm not lonely at all. I'm having a great time, a true introvert sometimes, right? So that's what's been going on for me as I've been working on things. Also, I just got a new plant. She's still in the plastic. I'll show you guys. Let's see. So here's Mojo, the Marimo. I'm sorry, no, Magic, the Marimo. Mojo had an unfortunate accident in Sedona, and he's not with us anymore, and it was very sad. But I've had Magic, that Marmo, for nearly as long. And this is, I have not, like I said, she's still sealed up. I took her out to say hello to her, but I haven't unwrapped her yet. This is a Rose of Jericho, and she's the newest addition to my family household. This is what she looks like. Hang on. Be gentle with her. So roses of Jericho are actually moss. They're tumbleweed. And so there's her root system. That's where she is. And they'll roll across the landscape when it gets dry. And then when it gets wet again, when she, for instance, lands in a puddle or in a puddle, a puddle, not a puzzle, or in a marsh, she unfurls. And you can see where she's all curled up like little ferns there, and she's going to unfurl. And these are also used often in the Christmas tradition. They can be passed down for generations, and you can let them dry up during the year. And then when Christmas comes, a lot of times people would put them on the table to represent various things. Sometimes it would represent Mary's womb. Sometimes it would represent the eternality of various aspects of Christ and that whole group. And have it bloom all winter, and then put it back in storage, let it dry up for the rest of the year. And I'm going to keep her awake a lot, though. So I'm going to wait until, I think, the next new moon, which is, I believe, January the 5th. It's not the 5th, it's the 7th, but I think it's the 5th. And I'm going to open her up along with some other little magical work I'm doing, because they're also often used in magical traditions, because, I mean, hello, immortal flower that can essentially die and come back to life. Technically moss, but flowers open like a flower. I'll show you guys. I'll keep you posted. I found out about Roses of Jericho, and I had to have one. I held out for about 3 days, and then I looked up, assuming they were these big, expensive things, and I realized they were like $10. You can look on Etsy and Amazon. I found shops on both sites that carry them. I got this one from a company called Green Earth Stones on Etsy, Green Earth Stones. It's lovely. I haven't tried it yet, so I don't have much else to report, just an introduction. Okay, well, sending you guys so much love, and just wanted to check in and tell you how Christmas is going up here. Today is Christmas Eve. Oh, one more thing. So when I first got this little crochet crown, it was a few years ago in Sedona. That was the first time I ever embodied a Christmas elf, and I made a video about it, Message from the Christmas Elves. And I break this out every winter, and earlier this winter someone saw me in a grocery store and she said, "You look like a Christmas elf." And I thought to myself, I kind of am a Christmas elf. How'd you know? I didn't say it, but I thought it. And it turned out she had been like a first or second grade teacher for like 30 years. I'm like, oh, of course, that's how you know. So this year, now that I'm realizing so much more about Santa Claus, and Mrs. Claus, too. Don't forget her. She's half this situation, more behind the scenes. I decided / got invited to tonight on Christmas Eve, as all this energy is going around the world, to suit up. And I saw this suit of blue and silver and white come to me, to suit up and serve as, and this is crazy, and this is the stuff that, I mean, you can't make it up, right? So random. But to serve as an assisting Christmas angel with the flows of miracle energy going around the world. So I almost saw it like air traffic control vibe, but these streams of energy that are silvery white, and they're also, it's more powerful because the full moon's so nearby, so it's moon energy in there too, and helping to channel it and flow it, kind of floating above somewhere in the firmament, and assisting with that geometry, which I'm down. Yes. So tonight, as I go to bed, I will go into meditation, clean up my aura, don that uniform in the astrals, and go up and devote to assisting with the Christmas magic, because why wouldn't you, right? So sending you guys love. There's my Christmas tree again. I hope you have a wonderful holiday season. Whatever holidays you celebrate, they're all beautiful. So it just happens to be a Christmas year for me. Who knows? Okay, love you guys. Bye.